Hey, friends, welcome. My name is Michael Johnson, and you're watching The Michael Johnson Show. And as always, I've got another special guest here today. His name is Adam. Say hi,
Hi.
Adam.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, let me tell you, Adam's something else. I've known him for about 4 years,
Yeah,
Adam.
it's probably a good hike. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
And he is really, I would say, really concentrated.
Yeah.
When I see him in the gym, I mean, it's like he has a goal. He's in a zone. But now, Adam, I want to ask you a lot of questions.
Yeah, please.
First of all, the first question is, you're the only person I know that works out barefooted. What's the deal on that, brother?
The thing is, I guess I started doing it years back. It just, when I was squatting or doing any sort of like leg presses, it just felt like I was getting more contact from the ground. And so when I would be pushing the ground, I'd push from my feet and get a lot of contact from the ground. And it just became something just felt comfortable. Yeah. And just like, I like the idea of my toes being free, and I'm like every movement I'm feeling from the ground up. And so it just became something I just did because it just felt very comfortable when I'm moving.
So it started with squats.
Started with squats. It started with any sort of like leg presses. I would just leg press, squats, any sort of leg movements. I would just always go barefoot because I was getting more contact from the ground when I would do these movements.
Yeah.
And it just became something I just loved doing because I like my feet feeling free and airy and these sort of things. I just like the contact with the ground.
Yeah, I understand now.
Yeah.
Okay, now I know.
Yes.
So how long have you been working out?
Oh, geez. I guess there's been different time periods and different levels, but I think I fell in love with it and started lifting weights probably in middle school.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That long?
No, for a long time. Because I grew up in the 80s and the 90s where that was huge. So you had your Schwarzeneggers and your Rambo characters, He-Man, all these characters that I saw as a child in the 80s and the 90s. I knew that's what I wanted. I wanted to be muscles. I wanted to be big.
So were they your inspiration?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, these people were definitely my heroes. I had my He-Man underwear. I love me some He-Man. So that was just my thing. And I just knew at a young age I wanted to look like that. I wanted a physique that looked like that. So
that's what did it.
Yeah. I was interested in it at a very young age, but didn't really get into it until high school. So I started taking weightlifting my freshman year. And then I took it every semester ever since then. Yep, at school. So I went to Albemarle High School. So I took weightlifting every single semester and just became a thing that I did.
How old are you?
Me, I am 41.
41?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
My gosh, I'm like 30 years older than you.
Yes, sir. Yes.
But now we're going to get back to you. But I'm going to tell you, being 71, I have no pain.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
I have no arthritis.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that just goes to show you, how important exercising is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So what is your goal?
My goal at the current moment,
and for not to interrupt this guy is fit. I mean,
thank you.
What can I say? I mean, he's fit.
I appreciate it.
Now I want to talk about your diet too.
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
What's your goals?
My goal at the moment is just like, I just love doing this. I don't really think about it. I come in, I move heavy weights. I'm not thinking too much about anything other than staying strong and just staying healthy. Like, I've transitioned to different levels over my career of fitness.
Right. And
so at the current moment, I just really like just moving heavy weight around. There's no real personal goal other than being strong and fit as I age, like how you were talking about with how you feel at the age that you're at now.
Right.
So the main thing is just being strong and being healthy as I age.
Right.
And then it may shift. Like, I may want to compete or do other things in the future, but at the current moment, I'm just enjoyed just what I do.
Have you ever competed?
I have. Yes, sir.
How'd that work out for you?
I did okay. So I've competed in 2 different shows. So one show I ended up winning back in 2018 or something like that, and then I did another show and got spanked. It was not the best showing for me.
Gotcha.
And ever since then, I've just been just doing the work and just loving what I do and putting competing on the back burner, and something that I would do just for fun in the future, because I just love having focused on something. Yeah. And so, like, when it comes to competing, like, you have to be all in. Like, it's all in. And so I like dialing in like that.
I've seen it destroy marriages.
Yeah. Oh, that's true too.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Really?
Yes. Oh, it can. Yeah. Oh, it can. It can. Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's talk about competing.
Yeah.
And how serious you have to really get. I mean, Are you at the gym like 5 days a week?
Yeah,
What's the routine?
most definitely, and it's going to depend on your coach and so your program. So depending on who your coach is and what program that they set up you for that competition, it may differ from each prep. So that if you're prepping for this show, your next prep for a different show might be a little bit different because we may need to make different approaches. And so it all could be a little bit different depending on what you need and what your coach has programmed for you. But to me, it's levels of that. So as you go into a prep, I usually do 16-week preps is where I'm usually at. If I'm either working with a client or myself, 16 weeks is about the sweet spot. And so we'll make adjustments as we go further and further into prep.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, at first, you have to really eat a lot, correct?
Yes, diet is huge. Yeah, diet is, oh my God. Yeah. It's most definitely, it's huge.
And then near the end, you have to practically starve
you start to pull. And so you start to pull carbs and pull certain things and these sort of things. And then you would need to increase carbs. It's just this sort of little dance as you move further into prep. It's just this sort of dance because obviously you don't want to starve because the idea of starving the body will also starve the muscle. And so it's this sweet little dance that you're making because obviously you don't want to look flat and depleted on stage. And so you need the muscles to still stay very full. So it's this sort of little song and dance that you're playing with food.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Speaking of
go ahead.
Food.
Yes.
What's your diet?
My diet at the moment, I really got into just loving the idea of just like the carnivore style diet. And so I've been doing it for about a year now. So what I end up doing, I do a dozen.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's just like, it's easy, simple for me. I don't like giving it much thought, which my diet has been different over the years for the personal goals. But like right now, it's working really well for me. I enjoy it. I don't have to overthink it. And so I do a dozen eggs a day.
Really?
Yes, sir. And I do a pound of ground beef daily as well. So I do a dozen eggs, a pound of ground beef, and I usually do a little bit of fruit and honey. And sometimes some dark chocolate during the day too.
Sure. That won't hurt
Yes, no, it doesn't hurt at all.
That won't hurt you. There's no way I could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, you see, I'm a flexitarian.
Yeah.
And now I'm about to really get serious with it. I'm going to start really getting into spices.
Oh, nice.
Herbs. Yeah. Things that help you heal your body.
Yeah.
I'm going to really get into that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. That's awesome.
So now, tell us about the tattoos.
Oh, the tattoos. Well, that's another thing. Even in the idea where I was talking about the 80s and 90s. So I grew up like wanting to be jacked. My characters were jacked. The people my heroes were all these big muscular guys. But then also my heroes were rock stars because I grew up with MTV as well.
Oh, yeah. And so I did too.
Yeah, exactly. So there was this thing, this attraction to rock stars and rock music and rebellious things or whatever. And so I knew even at a young age I wanted to be tattooed as well. Right. So I wanted to be jacked and tattooed. And so I feel like it's been a success so far.
I remember seeing the first episode of
MTV.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that came on in the 70s.
Was it 70s? I thought it was at least early 80s, maybe 83, 84, but that was my guess.
No, I think
70s.
70s.
I don't know. Google that one.
That was a great show.
Yeah. I imagine.
Yeah. I never thought it would last this long.
Oh yeah. But this is like during the 80s and 90s, like I said, rock music was just so big, and the music videos back when MTV was doing music videos, and that was just a thing.
Now, Adam, you gotta figure.
Yeah.
You may not realize this.
Yes.
But it was my generation who started rock and roll.
I imagine. Maybe even the generations before you, because like Elvis was in the 50s. That was a little bit before you. Right. So the idea of rock and roll was a little bit.
It changed with the Beatles.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The British invasion.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And I was probably in, elementary school.
Yeah.
Yeah. When that all started.
No, I imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, when the Beatles came over in what was that, 63? Something like that? Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
I was in the 3rd grade. You weren't even born yet.
No, I was not born yet. My parents were being born. So that's what that was. Gosh. My parents were being born at that time.
That's good. That's good. I mean, with the tattoos, I know this girl, 85% of her body is tattooed.
Yeah.
Really done. Full color.
Yeah.
Now, and my son, he's got tattoos fully on his leg and his arm.
Yeah.
I'm thinking thousands of dollars.
Maybe. I don't know, because I haven't counted, because I started when I was 18 years old, and like we were saying earlier, I'm 41 now. And so it's like, it's just been an expand of time. I have no idea what I'm invested in it personally, but I guess that could be a possibility. Yeah. I just don't, it's been such a long time. And so we just go in And then I grew up with the guys who tattooed me. I've known them for like 30 some years or whatever. I've known them for a long time. So it's just like family. So we used to sometimes just go to the shop and just hang out and just get tattooed just for fun for the day.
Nice.
That we didn't have anything else going on. We're just hanging out. So let's get tattooed.
Right.
And so it just became kind of just like hanging out, getting tattooed. So it's like, it's just hanging out with family.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's get back to food.
Got you.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, because this carnivore diet, and you're about the third person I know that's doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, see, here's the thing, folks. Listen, I've never had a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had any chest pain.
Yeah.
No jaw pain, arm pain, nothing like that.
Yeah.
And nobody in my entire family has ever passed away from heart disease.
Oh, that's great.
Which is our number one killer.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, here's where I messed up.
Yeah.
Okay. Can't happen to me.
Yeah. Yes.
Can't happen to me.
Yes.
Okay?
I'm still thinking that. Yes. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So, you still think that?
I'm young enough to think that.
Right. So here's the thing. I ate anything I wanted.
Yeah.
The processed food,
Yeah.
the pizza, the burgers,
Yeah.
barbecue.
Yeah.
Okay. So but anyway, somebody drops like every 40 seconds.
Oh, I imagine.
With heart disease.
Yeah.
And I guess they don't even know they have it.
Yeah.
So the regimen is, once they find that you've got some blocked arteries, they're going to put you on a baby aspirin and a statin.
Yeah.
And a statin just creates havoc on your muscles.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
See, because of that, I take 400 milligrams of CoQ10 every day. See, at my age, you definitely want to try to keep your muscle mass.
Oh, yeah.
It's a marker now.
It's
how
huge.
bad you
It's huge.
How long
huge.
you want to live.
Yeah.
So now, listen, speaking of that, my blood work, you see, with heart disease, and the reason I'm talking about it is because it is the number one killer. It progresses.
Yeah.
It just doesn't stop, okay? But what you've got to do to stop that progression is get your LDL, your bad cholesterol, down to around 55.
Yeah.
Mine's 55.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
You need to get your triglycerides down to around 52. Mine's 52.
Yeah.
So me going on the carnivore diet, that wouldn't work at all. So that being said, Adam, do you have any idea what your cholesterol is from being on the diet?
I got my blood work done a couple of months ago, but I cannot remember the numbers, to be honest. I tend to not think too heavily about it.
I'm sure if it was high, your doctor would have called you in, correct?
Possibly.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you ever think, because when you get up there, I'm very lucky to even get to where I am.
Yeah.
Being past 65 or 70.
Yeah.
And feeling the way I feel.
Yeah.
Okay. I can go in there, I can work out for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I still feel good.
Yeah.
I might be a little sore the next day.
Yeah.
But do you ever think that if you keep doing this and the weights that you're using, what do you think may happen to your joints one day? Because I know 2 people in the gym.
Yeah.
They can hardly. They've run their joints out.
Yeah.
Does that ever concern you?
And to be honest, no, it does not concern me.
Okay,
that's it. That's a wrap. No concerns here. I don't know.
Because of people, Adam, he is really such a good human being. He really is.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So, but maybe one day it will.
But exactly. So at this point, I focus on that. I feel great and I feel good or whatever. And I try to, the way that I try to train consciously. And so there's been a big shift from me in my youth, the way I train, to the way I train now.
So you still look at it as training.
Yeah, it's
not
training.
Working out.
No, yeah, it's just training. So all I do is continue to push weight, but everything is everything is, the way I move is conscious. Like I'm thinking about every step, every press, every movement is thought through and conscious.
Right.
And so I train consciously. And so I don't tend to think a lot about the idea of injuries. Injuries, of course, come and go in what we do, and they can happen. But the way that I train, I tend to train very consciously compared to I did like in my 20s, to where I was just like being a monster, just pushing heavy weights, going crazy. And so I think that type of training is not sustainable as you age and these sort of things, like you're bringing up the joints and these sort of things.
Right.
But I tend to, like I said, I try to train consciously, and then I make sure that I eat really well. I get really good sleep. So I do as much as one can do for the most part. And then other than that, the aging out process of that we're all going through is happening, and how I will manage that as I age, as my joints, as things start to change.
How do you feel in that carnivore diet?
I feel great. I feel great. And so I love the idea of how sustainable the high proteins and high fats for me. So when I was doing a lot more carbs, especially like when I was competing and trying to be a little bit fuller with my body and my muscles. And so when I'm on carbs, I'm more hungry more often. And so I need to eat more often when I'm eating carbs. So when I do just high protein and high fats, I can eat one big meal in the morning and I'm sustained for the rest of the day. Like I don't feel hungry throughout the day. And so that's what I love about it, that I can feel like I got what my body needed for the day, and now I can move on. Instead of like every couple hours, like, I gotta eat, I gotta keep eating, I gotta eat, I gotta keep eating. And so with doing this diet the way I do it, it's so sustainable for me for long periods. So that's what I love about eating fats and eating high fats.
Yeah, and I've heard the more fat, the better it is.
Yeah.
Now that I don't understand.
I don't know the science behind it, Mike.
Well, I mean, you've been on this for a year?
I've been on for a year now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I just I'm able to maintain a certain amount of muscle mass without overthinking how much I need to eat to maintain a certain amount of muscle. I'm fairly lean, and I also hold a certain amount of muscle mass. And so I appreciate that. And then also, I don't have to be always concerned with eating every couple hours. So when I was competing or when I was eating more carbohydrates, it felt like I was being triggered. My hunger triggers were happening more often than they do now. So I will eat my eggs in the morning with a little bit of fruit, and I'm good for the whole day.
How many eggs?
I do a dozen. Sometimes I split up to 6 in the morning and do 6 by lunch, but I usually do a dozen eggs daily. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It sounds crazy, yes.
Okay, so so what is it that you don't eat?
I love all food. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
I eat everything. I just don't do it very often. That is my diet.
Food?
No. I mean, unless we go to dinner. So let's say we go to dinner or something like that, then I'm open-minded to have something a little bit different. But I don't personally do fast food. I haven't done fast food in a lot of years. And even then, if I did, it was just because of the convenience purposes in the moment.
Right.
But it's never been my thing, for a lot of years. So my diet, even and not even now, I guess, let's say for the past over a decade has been clean. It's always clean. So I'd probably walk around 90% clean, and occasionally might have something different if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Like if I'm in the mood for chicken wings, okay, we're gonna do chicken wings. But for the most part, it's constantly clean.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're eating about a pound of meat every
pound
day.
of meat or steak, something like that. But yes, sir.
Well, what's your breakfast?
My breakfast is the eggs and fruit, and so I do some wild honey with strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, the whole works, with a little bit of wild honey.
Is Tammy on this too?
I don't know. Is Tammy on this?
Similar.
She's similar.
Very good.
Yeah, she does the fats too.
Nice.
Yeah.
I tell you, friends. Huh?
Lemon water with Baja.
Okay, very good. Yeah, you're into it. You see, you've got somebody like me who, I tell you, if you have a chronic disease, or let's say you just had cancer, but you don't have it anymore. If you work out, it's been shown that if you work out, that cancer it's a 28% chance that it will not come back.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Yeah. So like you said, I've got people like me, I work out moderately.
Yeah.
You've got people like Adam, he is just in the zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, Adam, you're a true inspiration.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
What can you tell the audience?
Yeah.
Let's say if somebody's watching and they're thinking about working out.
Okay. Yeah.
What can you tell them to inspire them?
Yeah, to me,
what into the gym?
Exactly what I would focus on, and even it's great if you do come to the gym. The gym does offer a lot of different things, but what I would do is find something that you love doing, like whatever it is. If it's racquetball, if it's pickleball, if it's hiking, exactly. So to me, be looking for things that you can do physically that you enjoy doing. It does not have to be weightlifting. You don't actually have to be in a gym. A gym does offer a lot of different things, and they're great to have. But mainly the issue is finding something that you enjoy doing and being physically active. That is the main focus. And then if you get introduced to weight training as a part of that, that is awesome, because weight training is great, and I love weight training. But the main focus is finding something that you love doing and just being active, whatever that might be.
Yeah. Very good. Appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Now let me ask you. Okay, back to food. Because I tell you, food, your diet and working out, they go hand in hand.
Oh, well, one would even say food is a little bit higher, but yes, they definitely go hand in hand.
Oh yeah.
Because you can't outwork a bad diet. So that's where it gets.
You're right.
You know, it's very difficult to outwork a bad diet. So the diet is to me is this.
You're exactly right. Yeah. So before you got on the carnivore, what were you eating?
But kind of very similar. So what I was doing, except for I was having carbohydrates, like I've always, and there's been times where I did chicken and these sort of things, but I think I did chicken for so many years, I just don't do it anymore. It's like I don't think I can do chicken anymore.
Are you doing fish?
I will do fish. Like let's say, like I might.
Now.
Yeah, occasionally I might would do fish just for fun because I enjoy it. So I've used fish at different times in my life, but I have found personally red meat is just more sustainable for me when it comes to a protein.
You eat it rare?
Huh? Sometimes. I mean, it's a bit bloody. It can be a little bloody. But yeah.
Unreal. Okay, very good. Listen, who would you like to say hello to today?
I don't know. That's funny. Whoever's listening, hi. I don't know.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Well, listen. Thanks for being on here.
You're
today.
welcome. You're
Great
welcome, brother. Yes, sir.
And well, folks, listen. Thanks again. Amazing people. My program airs every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. You can catch it on YouTube. If you miss it on YouTube, it's going to always be there. So thanks again, Adam. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Buddy.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Yes, sir, brother. Thank you.
And guys, you have a great week. I appreciate it.
Sir.
Thanks for tuning in. Thank you.
So here, we're just here. And then rotate the wrist in.